Chevrolet is about to release the all-new 2027 Silverado as a complete ground-up redesign, and for the first time in this truck's history, a plug-in hybrid powertrain is part of the package. If you've been holding off on a new truck because fuel costs keep climbing and nothing on the market feels like a genuine leap forward, what Chevrolet is putting together here is exactly the kind of overhaul worth waiting for. Most buyers assume that hybrid and full-size truck capability can't coexist in the same vehicle, but the 2027 Silverado Hybrid is crossing the 14,000-pound towing barrier, making it the most capable Silverado ever built. Full redesign. After 8 years on the market, the current Silverado generation has run its course. General Motors isn't refreshing this truck, it is replacing it entirely with an overhaul that targets every major area of the vehicle at once. The exterior is getting a sharper direction. The cabin is finally receiving the refinement that buyers at this price point have been expecting for years. Powertrain options are expanding, and towing figures are heading upward in a meaningful way. What makes this redesign stand out is the scope of it. Typically, automakers space improvements across multiple cycles, making targeted updates rather than addressing everything at once. From the ground up, the 2027 Silverado is shaping up to be the most comprehensive overhaul this nameplate has seen since 2018. But of every change arriving with this redesign, one stands above the rest, something Chevrolet once walked away from completely, and the history behind that decision makes the comeback story worth understanding. Hybrid is back. Chevrolet has been down this road before, and it did not end well. The original Silverado Hybrid launched in 2008 and ran it for a while, but buyer interest never matched expectations. By 2013, it was gone. After that, GM's strategy pivoted in a different direction, skipped hybrid technology entirely, and moved directly to full battery electric. The Silverado EV became that bet, and while the truck itself is capable, EV adoption in the full-size segment has been considerably slower than projections ever suggested. Both experiences are shaping what Chevrolet is delivering now. Think about what most Silverado buyers deal with every week. Long hauls to job sites, heavy trailer loads, fuel bills that keep climbing, and little access to charging infrastructure where this truck does its best work. A full battery electric truck solves some of those problems while creating others. What this kind of buyer has actually been asking for is something more practical, and that is exactly what's arriving. The 2027 Silverado is going to offer a genuine plug-in hybrid powertrain built around the new generation of small-block V8 engines. General Motors is backing the program with an $888 million investment at its Tonawanda propulsion plant in New York, with the new V8 family confirmed to be integrating hybrid and plug-in hybrid technology directly. Towing is crossing the 14,000-pound barrier, and the plug-in hybrid is expected to sit at the top of that capability story. That powertrain commitment is real and substantial, but a truck this capable still needs to look the part, and what Chevrolet is doing with the exterior is something most buyers won't be expecting. All-new look. The 2027 Silverado Hybrid is going to look noticeably different from anything that has worn this nameplate before. The overall direction is bolder and more upright, with sharper geometry replacing the softer surfacing of the current generation. Up front, C-shaped LED signatures are being adopted for the headlights, drawing visual inspiration from the refreshed Tahoe and Suburban. A thin LED strip runs along the upper portion of the unit, while the C-shaped element hooks around the main lamp below. The grille is remaining wide and imposing, with Chevrolet's bow tie badge on a horizontal bar bisecting the headlight cluster. The hood is arriving with twin humps rising on either side of a depressed central channel, communicating powertrain intent before any spec sheet is consulted. At the rear, taillights are growing considerably longer, stretching further into the bedsides in a way that echoes the Silverado EV's rear-end treatment, while the bumper's quarter steps are carrying over but growing wider. Any off-road buyer who has stood a ZR2 next to a Ford Raptor knows exactly what the problem has been. The competition offers factory 35-inch tires, while the ZR2 has always made do with 33s. That gap is about to be closed, and the new ZR2 will also be available as a hybrid. The big news is that ZR2's bumper and wheel openings are being reshaped to accommodate factory 35-inch tires, so no aftermarket work required. The exterior is a serious step forward, but if you think the outside changes are significant, what's happening inside is where the current Silverado has been quietly losing buyers to the competition, and Chevrolet knows it. Completely redesigned interior. Interior quality has been a persistent weakness for the current Silverado, particularly at upper trims where pricing implies refinement the cabin hasn't consistently delivered. That is being addressed directly with the 2027 redesign. There is a specific frustration that comes with spending $50,000 or $60,000 on a truck and finding switchgear and surfaces that feel like they belong in something half the price. Buyers at this level are increasingly comparing against rivals that arrive with genuinely premium interiors, and Chevrolet has no realistic path forward without closing that gap. The centerpiece of the new cabin is a display running from behind the steering wheel all the way across the dashboard. It mirrors the 33-inch curved display currently found in Cadillac models, with the gauge cluster and infotainment interface integrated under a single continuous piece of glass. A column-mounted digital precision shift selector frees up center console space for storage and dual inductive charging. The steering wheel is getting a thicker rim with controls integrated directly into the design, and Super Cruise hands-free driving capability is carrying over across the lineup. Materials, build quality, and seat comfort are all receiving comprehensive upgrades at every trim level. The Hybrid will feature the same cabin design, though with a couple of specific solutions related to its powertrain nature. The cabin story is the most complete interior overhaul this truck has ever received, but none of that changes what's sitting under the hood, and Chevrolet is making some of the boldest powertrain decisions this nameplate has seen in years. Brand new combustion-only alternatives. The plug-in hybrid is the headline, but the combustion lineup is being completely renewed. The anchor of that renewal is a brand new family of small block V8 engines, the sixth generation of GM's iconic architecture, backed by that same $888 million investment in New York. The current 5.3-liter and 6.2-liter V8s are being retired, replaced by a new 5.7-liter small block engineered for approximately 6% better fuel economy alongside stronger power delivery through new combustion and thermal management solutions. A 6.6-liter version is also in development, though that displacement is headed for performance applications rather than truck duty. The turbocharged 2.7-liter four-cylinder carries over as the entry-level option at 310 horsepower and 430 pound-feet of torque. And then there is the diesel, which matters more than it might seem. Buyers covering serious weekly mileage know what it feels like to watch fuel costs stack up month after month. A truck that delivers strong highway efficiency without sacrificing towing capacity changes the ownership math in a real way. The 3.0-liter Duramax turbo diesel is confirmed for the new generation, delivering 305 horsepower and 495 pound-feet of torque, and it remains the only diesel available in a light-duty half-ton truck on the market. The Duramax isn't going anywhere. The lineup is the most complete this truck has ever offered. The only question left is when it's actually arriving, and the answer is closer than most people expected. Release date. The 2027 Chevrolet Silverado Hybrid is arriving sooner than most people expected, with a full reveal coming later this year and first units landing at dealerships in the fall. Pricing gas models opens with the base WT trim at around $40,000, mid-range LT crew cab models near $50,000, and top-tier trims like the High Country heading north of $65,000. The plug-in hybrid's pricing hasn't been confirmed, but it will carry a premium over standard options, backed by a strong argument on long-term efficiency and running costs. The 2027 Chevrolet Silverado Hybrid is arriving to complete the company's powertrain portfolio. A full plug-in hybrid powertrain and towing numbers crossing the 14,000-pound mark for the first time in this truck's history are about to ensure a massive leap forward. Add a cabin finally ready to justify the price tag, with a 33-inch curved display, upgraded materials, and improved seat comfort, and an exterior that is sharper and more deliberate than anything the Silverado nameplate has worn before, and the picture becomes clear. This is the most complete version of this truck General Motors has ever built, and with the reveal coming later this year, the wait is almost over. Now, the Silverado Hybrid and this whole redesign represent a big deal, but it's not like rivals are doing nothing about that. They are shaping up for the next year as well, starting from the 2027 Toyota Tundra you can check out in our next video. A brand new off-road version, updated styling, and new tech are just some of the many reasons why the next year's version of this Japanese half-ton pickup truck is worth the wait.